everyone, and welcome to Rezocast, episode 116. This is Lego, and I've got with me Hove, Triton, and Wilson. How's it going, everyone? We are in I think the last week of the dawning, and I don't think it goes in any further than this week. And then
yeah, it goes like the first or whatever. So yeah, this coming week. Yeah,
our banner's here. And we got Forge stuff still going on. Nothing new Forge-wise, though, I don't think. Or is that debatable? Hove, fill us in.
No, I just got something new from the Forge, that's all.
Oh, I know what you got.
I got Le Monarch. The bow, the exotic bow. I like it.
Do you feel like you're able to poison people like in the days of old with Thorn?
Maybe you'll find out next time I see you.
For those not watching, Hove just eerily stared into the camera, into my soul.
Yeah.
I'm just angry that he got the fucking bow. All right. I'm the Robin Hood of the group. All right.
Well, Wilson, we'll make a trade. You give me that snapshot handling supremacy. Oh, no, wait. I got that too.
Yeah, you did. You're a dick.
I don't know, man.
I know. I'm gonna unfriend you again. Funny story. Did I talk about that? Did we talk about that?
No. You unfriended him?
You did? Allegedly.
Wait, allegedly, you're the one who told me it happened.
It's to be determined in the court of law, Hove.
I don't think that's how that works, Will Ferrell.
I blocked
Ron
him.
Burgundy.
I blocked him for I blocked him for some reason, and I didn't know that blocking them also unfriends them.
Oh. Wow.
So then I snuck back into the party, and then I had to explain myself as to why Hove wasn't my friend anymore. And remember the commercial? I don't know. Some of you might remember it. It was like an anti-littering commercial. They throw the garbage out the window, and it lands at that Native American's feet, and he's crying. Yep. That was Hove.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the commercial where it shows some eggs and says this is your brain, and then it shows like fried eggs. It says this is your brain on drugs. Also pertaining to this podcast because of, Wilson.
That was
Oh my!
Do you remember that? Do you remember that commercial in Nightmare on Elm Street when someone fell asleep and Freddy did that to one guy? He like fell asleep smoking a joint. He's like, they say this is your brain on drugs. He's like, it looks like a fucking egg in a frying pan to me, and then smacks him in the face with it.
That's the Freddy versus Jason one. I'm pretty sure
it was an old one. Yeah, it's been a while. But,
oh man.
Speaking,
are you gonna say it?
I don't know what you're gonna say.
Jordan Peele?
Oh no, not at all. I was gonna talk about the fact that there's a Ron Burgundy podcast coming out in 2019.
Really?
Yeah. Also, Lego's Frozen. I don't know. I just saw I heard a commercial on the radio for it.
It's like a superpower.
Oh.
It was just like, I'm back.
He just said my name and I unfroze. I thought about derailing this for a second, but I'm not going to. I haven't gotten anything new from the Forge.
Did you see that trailer for Jordan Peele's new movie?
Yeah.
I saw all that stuff about the shared universe thing that it has with.
Well, that's a rumor. Like,
is that like a rumor?
Yeah.
That's just a rumor?
That would be really cool.
I did see the trailer though.
Yeah,
that would be really
the trailer. Cool. If you grew up in the '90s and you know the song "I Got 5" on it, you're gonna have a completely different take on it.
Which version of it? Because there's like 90.
My version.
Fair enough. I feel you.
The Hove version.
The PIMP version.
No, but if you enjoyed Get Out at all, you should probably go watch that trailer. It looks so terrifying.
What if you haven't seen it?
Then you should go watch that right now.
Get Out is on. Yeah, I think you can get it on demand.
Infinity War is on Netflix.
Yeah,
in the U.S. In the U.S.
Oh gosh.
Should clarify.
Bummer. I don't have anything from the Forge. Like, I mean, I got stuff previously, but for the last like 2 weeks, I've just, and this will probably be a topic that we'll talk about more in depth a little later. But I mean, maybe now, I don't know. But I feel like the quest for the Forge has pushed me away from the game just in general.
Lego.
What?
Oh, no. Someone said in chat that if I say your name 3 times, then you stay frozen for the rest of the show.
So, honest answer, I know Hove's answer to this, but by show of hands, who's completed the third Forge? Okay, so only Hove for
no,
our audio
well,
listeners.
I'm at the very last, like,
Have
just
you finished it, Lego? That's just
No,
what
I
I'm
haven't.
asking.
No, I haven't. But seriously, when I saw, what was it? So it was the first part of the quest was all the Minotaur stuff and like killing Vex, and then you go and do a cool mission, but then it's like kill a bunch of fallen headshot stuff, and it just is more of the go out in the world, repeat this lost sector like kind of stuff rather than any kind of mission style thing. And I like shooting things. I love the guns in Destiny, but and Briar Rabbit was talking about it on the last DCP episode too, saying there's just something about this like Black Armory that just doesn't sit right with him, that doesn't make him want to play it as much. And I feel that way too. I think it's a combination of not really super enjoying those activities, and then I don't mind going into the Forge. The Forge is fine especially because it fixes like the strike problem or strike boss problem where you aren't sure if you're going to get the thing that you're looking for, but you want to get it and grind it as many times as you can to get the perfect roll. This is like a great version of that if you're grinding for one of those specific guns. And the activity's fine. It's just, this is like the only new thing. There's no vendor resets. There's no pinnacle weapon for PvP. If you already got Not Forgotten, you're literally just going for the title. There's just not as much incentive.
Wasn't there the mountaintop?
Right now, yeah, I got the mountaintop. I'm done
well, I mean,
with that.
You said there were no pinnacle weapons for PvP.
He's talking about for him. Like he's talking
for
about
me.
his...
Like I'm saying, the getting to legend in comp took me all freaking, like I had to play all the time, and that was a good thing.
Oh, we know.
Like, yeah,
because we had one less friend
playing the game, and since there's no trials, I need some kind of, for me as a competitive like PvP player, I just like having some sort of in-game thing to go after that is the top of the top, and there isn't something other than the title, which I do still want to go for. But it just doesn't have me playing as much right now. And so I just have no incentive to stay on top of the Forge stuff, because I'm not really playing the game as much. I don't know.
Is that why you bought PUBG for PS4?
That's half the reason, and half the reason is I just like the game.
Is it sad that I kind of want to just
dude?
I did.
Okay.
Wait, you have it on PC.
Wait, you said I thought you were the one who was hooking up.
Wait,
who got it?
I thought you were playing on PS4.
Yeah, but you said because I want to play with you guys. You haven't been playing with us on PC for the last year.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, I know that Lego was like all about it. So, and I know that you bought it on PS4 and Triton. Did you get it? Or...
Well, Lego's like no excuses now, but then he just said it was at a reduced cost, and I honestly didn't look into it.
It's $30, same as it was on
$30.
PC.
It's less than a normal game.
Wait, I'm still confused here. Why all of a sudden you want to get it for PS4, but you haven't played with us on PC?
I don't know, just for the experience. I mean, I'm like, just see what it's like on a console.
You don't.
It's not going to be as good on a
it's
PC.
Bad.
Like,
no, okay. If you have a PC
versus, let's go.
If you have a PC already and you're like set up and you have a good system, then of course it's gonna play better on PC, especially if you're good at mouse and keyboard. But if you are just playing on console and you feel like you've missed out on the PUBG experience,
oh well, yeah, that's fair. But
like, I have not had an actual PUBG experience because when I play through like GeForce Now on a Mac, it like lags up all the time, or the resolution goes bad, or things just get glitchy. And on the PS4, it's so fun right now because I have a smooth experience. I'm pretty used to the inventory system. It works pretty much how I want it to, and I can see things clearly. Like when I'm playing through GeForce Now, I'll be like, hey, look, there's a truck over there, or a UAZ, and Hove's like, that is a house. Like, that is not a vehicle.
Get you a graphics card. I pretty much have everything else, like a case, motherboard, memory, all that stuff, just collecting dust right now that I could.
I'll sell my body for one for you, Lego.
Oh my gosh, yo! I need it.
You should have seen it at Guardian Con, man.
See, and
so much stuff.
I'm going to build a PC eventually because I need to do one for my own video work. So like, I am going to build a nice one at some point. Just for now, if you don't have a PC, I'm just letting people know that the PS4 PUBG is actually, I think it's really fun.
No, I mean, it's
and
fun,
a lot of people, like me and Hove had a game. So we won our very first duo game. We won, which was crazy. And then we played like maybe our third or fourth game where we just ended up having so many teams coming at us, and we killed every one of them. Like
well, except one. They drove away.
One got away. They drove away, but
they were smart. They're like, fuck
3
that.
vehicles of
people.
And like Hove hardly even knows the controls for the game. He's asking me in the video I recorded. He's like, "How do I change this nade? How does it not throw underhand?"
I'm sitting there trying to throw a nade at this guy, and I'm like, Lego, how do I switch this? He's going on the right. He's on the right. I was like, no, I know. I'm trying to throw a grenade at him. How do I throw it overhand? He's going, he's moving. Here he comes. And I was like, oh my God, I just underhanded this grenade in front of me and then like turned around.
You underhanded it like 2 feet
Lego,
in front of you.
We know when Lego gets in the heat of the moment, man. He's all about the call outs. Like when I get in the heat of the moment, I forget to call out. That's my problem. You know what I mean? Like, I'll answer you. Like, you can ask me any stupid question in the middle of a firefight and I'll answer you, but I'll totally forget to like make a call out because I'll get in the zone.
I do want to get back into the high competitive like grind for that title for Unbroken. Like I need to jump back in there to do that because that was rough. Really fun. I think I'm just like slightly distracted by how fun PUBG is for me for the playing for the first time, basically for real.
No, I feel you, dude. I have every day for the past week worked on unlocking that quest, and about 10-20 minutes into it, I shut my PlayStation off and I go do something else. To unlock that forge.
Yeah,
not gonna lie, my D1 self would have ate that up in the better part of an afternoon, like no problem. But like, it's just like, I mean, I'm assuming I'm gonna have to have this done before the Niobe Labs comes around.
I would think so.
So like, just for that sake, like I'll get it unlocked and whatnot. But I mean, there's just like the pulse rifle looks cool and all. Like the sword looks really dope.
The pulse is really good.
I heard it's really good.
Really dope for PvE.
The sword looks cool. Dang,
well, it looks cool, and it's the highest DPS output if you get the right perks and the right mod sets on it. Like if you get like surrounded on it. And
I have that.
Yeah, of course you do.
I didn't know that was good. I don't know what's a good. Hold on, can you tell me what's a good roll on that?
You'd want like surrounded, and then you want like the surrounded mod, and then I don't
have a mod yet.
Yeah. Who was it? Somebody in chat.
Frankie
BKA
Frank
was
Bagu?
talking about.
Come on,
yeah, man. Bagu was talking about that's the highest DPS sword, and I was actually watching an Aztec Cross video on it today. Who he didn't have all the right perks that he wanted on it, but surrounded was one of them with the surrounded mod, and I forget like honed edge or something like that. I can't remember. Either way, it's multiplying your DPS on it. And that's not even including like a fully masterworked as well. So I think that's some masterwork, like the honed edge or something like that. That gives you more DPS with your swipes.
Hone your edge.
Gotcha.
You have.
My mouth.
I'm still on that part where I think I'm on Minotaurs for 2 of my characters accidentally. So I meant to unlock it only on 1, and then from naturally playing, I think, on the Titan to start the week of the 3rd forge, I ended up getting to Minotaurs, and then I switched to my Hunter, and for some reason I thought I was farther ahead, so I'm like, I'll just continue here. Then I hit the Minotaur step, and I was like, oh wait, crap, I should have just been on the other character.
Yeah, so there's no way in hell I'm doing that on my other characters.
I don't have a lot of incentive to necessarily do it. I mean, right at the second, and I really am an advocate that they be account based, not really as character specific. So I'm still there, but honestly, I was kind of chasing light a little bit more than the forge when it hit, because I was very close to 650 on all. So I did do that, and a lot of people had expressed interest, like, hey, can you do Scourge of the Past? You know, I rated, I think, Scourge of the Past and Last Wish with Mark Square and some other of his friends this past 2 weeks, which was really cool. So being at 650 was, it allowed us to kind of finish the last encounter or be, a leg up, because I think some of the people we were trying to do it with were like 630, so you want to be able to have the DPS.
Yeah, if you want a good laugh, you guys should carry me through that.
Me too.
I still do love to do a Rezocast raid, or I guess if it's us 4 and 2 people, it's basically the Rezocast raid or whatever. But
Mark Square's a PvE god. We need him.
We've had a fun time. We have a kind of a standing. Lego, you almost were in on.
I know. I was almost able to do one this week.
You're almost in for our raid yesterday.
It's weird. I wasn't invited. Huh.
It's a midday raid, but if you want to be a part of it, I'm sure.
Nope, I don't anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Triton, how was your experience with Scourge of the Past?
I really liked it. So I don't know. I mean, it's been out for a while, so like to kind of
we can talk.
I really like that it's different. It has like a different feel. Like I don't know how to.
Well, I think unless
it, but
unless somebody here is afraid of any spoilers for it, I didn't.
I mean,
to clarify that.
I mean,
Spoiler
like,
alert.
obviously doesn't want spoilers.
Fast
I mean, I don't
forward 5
want
minutes.
spoilers. I don't want to know, like, I don't know.
I don't really care.
Well, I'll just say with
I
this,
think-
like, a
I
lot
think
of them
Triton's good.
feel very like kind of
Wrath of the
mythic in
Machine.
the sense that like you're, you know, well, it feels a little bit more like Wrath of the Machine, I think, from like setting and stuff like that. But it was very different for me. Like it's
Mhm.
kind of had a sweet spot between like, oh, I don't have to invest as much time. Granted, it was the first time we did it, so there is a little bit more explanation. But the mechanics weren't like super grindy like Spire of the Stars, but it wasn't as easy as Eater of Worlds. So
Gotcha.
it's kind of in a decent setting like Wrath of the Machine. You know, being in the city is really cool. Being able to use your sparrows makes it a lot different. You know, it's one of those raids where everyone kind of has something to do, but you still can have like the just kill guys roll too. So it hit a lot of like really good niches for a lot of people, a lot of good rolls. So I enjoyed it for the first time we were in it. And yeah, hopefully we can get it done. We got to the second to last encounter. I guess if you count 3 actual fights, then we got to the second. If you count the sparrow portion, then we got to the third. So
Nice.
I did like it though.
We need to do a Rezocast raid.
We do. We
No.
really do.
Nah.
I'd love to do that. We can do it.
Nah.
Hove?
Nah.
That's like pulling at Hove. What would come sooner for you, a Rezocast raid or a Rezocast Iron Banner?
Raid.
Okay, that's what I thought.
See, what you're missing here
Or
is
Rezocast Gambit.
let's break this into 2 parts. Rezocast and raid, right?
Yeah.
It's not the raid part that makes me not want to do it.
Oh, ouch, Hove.
I'm just kidding.
I feel that in my heart.
Unbelievable.
No, I've how many weekends now?
Ebenezer Scrooge over here. It's Christmas, man.
How many Christmas is over? And
It's the holiday season.
that's over too.
No, there's still a holiday coming up.
There's a holiday all the time. That's next year. New Year's is next year. Boom, mic drop.
I thought you said coming up. Like
Can't
not...
Never mind. Continue.
But no. How many weekends in a row have we all talked about we should do a raid this weekend? And then like 6 of us
Fucking do it.
I want to.
Well, actually do the raid.
I've been, you know what I've been stuck doing though? I am so damn close to Diamond in Overwatch. That's all I want. I just want to hit Diamond.
That's why you would do it.
So I can get my golden weapon. Ugh.
Oh, I'm not going to get a golden weapon for it. I just want to hit Diamond.
Yeah,
That would
so
be
you
pretty
can
cool,
get those
I've played
purple
Overwatch in a
points
long
at the end
time.
of the season and get your golden weapon, Hove.
I just got a golden weapon this season. It has nothing to do with golden weapons.
What'd you get?
What did I get? Zarya?
Unbelievable.
What?
I didn't even hear what you said. I just felt like.
He just
I
had
don't
that
even know
loaded. It didn't even
what he's
matter who you
talking
were
about.
out there.
Anyway,
The thing that I'm trying to get though is the Iron Banner helmet. That looks so cool for the Titan, and I know Hove doesn't care, and he won't play Iron Banner with me, but other people will. But yeah, the Iron Banner helmet for Titans look awesome, and that is the one thing I want. Even if I don't care about anything else, I want that helmet.
I solo queued 5 games yesterday.
Yeah.
And 5 games today, and only lost 1 of them.
Wow.
And I was
That's
at
a
the
good
bottom of the leaderboard every time.
Hey, real quick, going back, Cali Lover in chat. So he said the Sword God roll is Surrounded with Surrounded mod, Assassin's Blade with Tempered Edge. All of these do
Tempered
bonus
Edge.
damage, and while having an Impact Masterwork. I don't listen. I went to look. I went to dim, and it's still listed as classified, the sword, so I can't see it. So I was like, oh, I'll go to Bungie's app. No, even fucking Bungie's app has it listed as classified. I can't see what I have, but I know I have Surrounded.
Okay.
I want to say I have that exact roll.
That's
Wow.
pretty good.
I might.
That'd be impressive.
He's lying.
I'm
Now you're reaching.
I'm turning on my PlayStation right now.
We're gonna brag about sword rolls
God, we're
here.
not supposed to play during the podcast.
I got a question for y'all. What is it that drives you to like play certain content as far as like loot drop specifically? I'm not talking about experience, because obviously, you know, we could play the game for experience, like just the activities we like. But as far as like loot drop, like what makes you want to do an activity the most for loot? Is it like a certain weapon that, like, if you see a weapon is super good? If so, what kind of weapon draws your attention? And then is it like armor? Is that the kind of stuff you go for? And I ask because for me, like, I noticed that weapon stuff I'm not as prone to go for as if there's an exclusive like armor, like Iron Banner stuff. If that season's Iron Banner armor, if it looks really cool, I'll go get that and save it for just later on down the line if I need to look that way, and if it fits into like some new armor set that I've got.
You do that with every drop you get, because last time I talked to you, you said that you have a vault space issue, and I do. Let's get to the bottom of this. All right, how the hell do you have vault space issues?
Let me tell you why. It's because I got to take care of. This is on me. I have so much year 1 crap that I can easily delete because I can just buy it back, and I just haven't taken the time to go through and delete it all. So that's the main issue. The other issue is I haven't, and Hove walked me through at least one gun, but with Forsaken guns, I just have no idea what's good, and so I'll keep tons of like I had like 10 go figures like just in my vault, and I was like, Hove, what's the best one? Just tell me, because I don't use this gun.
None of them, because if you got a good bygones, out the window with
or and if you got a new
or Hove,
if you have my new pulse rifle from the Forge, what's it called? The Blast Furnace?
Blast Furnace.
It's like a very Pittsburgh name of something, right?
That does sound like something. Yeah, I could see like the place resurrect that arena football team and be the Blast
sounds like
Furnace.
One of the
a place by me has a Blast Furnace. No, it doesn't. That sounds like an STD.
Controversy in the Blast Furnace. That sounds like they should be right next to each other.
Controversy is connected to an Alcohol's Anonymous place, actually.
It's true.
Oh.
Yeah, it is actually connected to that.
That's weird.
Called,
Anonymous?
Is it Onala or something?
What? I don't know what it's called. I don't like frequent it.
No, I'm saying
you frequent it. Actually, I just pass it when I go into town on the bus. So
I don't go to
the
those
furnace
places.
is good.
Oh my god, it's like a go figure, but it has better stability and range.
Okay,
it's better than a bygones.
It's gross. It's the best. It's the best. It's like Wilson. It's just the best.
I wonder if I'm gonna like it because I don't like go figure. So, and if it feels like that, I don't know.
I think from what I've seen, it looks way better. Like the recoil pattern looks a little more tight, very tight, like a Taiga. So, I want to check
for
it out.
me, Lego, it's like investment.
Somebody unlock the quest for me. I'll pay for it to be done.
Okay, I lied.
I'm at the point where we're gonna do account recon.
All right, so
recomes for the quest.
I do have Tempered Edge and Surrounded and an Impact mod.
Wow.
But I don't have Assassin's Blade. I have Burst Guard, Heavy Guard, and Relentless Strikes, which is landing 3 light attacks, grants sword ammo.
Like you better dust yourself off and try again, Hove.
Let me tell you.
You said that the thing was with you was time.
Well, I think like the amount of time you have to invest to what you're getting. So I mean, this will kind of wrap into what I mean by when we all talk about like the grind for I think the third Forge as well, is obviously the Forge is the grind that we really like. You know, I mean, it's RNG related, so you may not get it on the first go, may not be as lucky as Hove, but those are the things that we don't mind. Even like the 1 or 2 steps before, like go quickly get 10 powerful or 20 powerful enemy Cs or whatever that thing was, that I don't mind. But you know, the grind to unlock it is just, I don't know, it's just there to be there, I guess.
It's boring, uninspired.
Yeah. So for me, the it's more about how much time do I have to spend to get something. Because like you, Lego, when you mentioned the vault, like I still will only use like 3 guns. I use Bygones if I'm going into PvP, most likely, or Dust Rock Blues. And then I use like Midnight Coup relentlessly in PvE. And then in the energy slot, I'm only using a couple different guns. Like I'll use Wave Splitter Lunas, or I'll use a Kilo Shoddy, and then I'm using like Thunderlord and Sleeper and Whisper sometimes. So like there's really not going to be a gun that's going to replace it, but I do like to collect things. So it has to be, do I need to do this if I do this for 2 hours, I don't know about that, as opposed to if I can get something quickly in like 20 minutes. And I think that's what ties into maybe not being super motivated for the Forge. It's why going to a third Gambit game, I almost like want to quit. I almost like intentionally try to, if we lose the first Gambit game, I try to like throw the second.
So it doesn't last as long.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is 30 minutes of my time.
I feel like they could have just tied that quest into like more shit that we'd actually be doing, so I don't feel like I'm wasting my time. Because like Triton said, and to kind of further what Lego was asking, like what makes you do an activity? Is it the promise of loot? Is it, you know, it's always the promise of loot. It's me chasing exotics or weapons. Could really give a shit less about armor now that I got the what is it, Andelbrask's cloak or whatever. That was like the only thing I wanted out of this entire expansion. Was that cloak. Just, you know, everyone likes to look cool and stuff like that, but if they could have just incorporated like doing strikes or maybe achieving a certain nightfall score or
Yeah.
Something other than like, go to this area where one fucking Minotaur spawns, and then it's a race to the fucking death to get that thing. When there's other Guardians around, you're like, everyone sees the Minotaur at the same time, and like it's a race to get a shot on it.
You're exaggerating a little bit here.
That one is, they want to fix that. Like they said, like, hey, we're looking into where you have to be the final blow to that one, right?
Like, that was you just gotta get a shot on a Minotaur, but still, it's like, it's a fucking race, and like I'm that guy that if no one's around, I'll fucking blade barrage that shit just to get it done. Like I don't care. Like, and there's
to me,
50 of me out there.
The boring part of it is the like. It feels like remember the faction rallies, how you go back in and out of the lost sector like just as fast as you could. That's basically what you're doing. You like that?
I'm more.
Loved it.
I like it. I do.
This is a bad example.
No, I do
because it was so easy to get fucking tokens.
Yeah, I do like to go in and out, but I'm more into like the. I do. I don't go as fast as I can. Like I try to be a little bit slower.
It's more of a passionate thrust.
I want to make sure the other.
Lost sectors.
I want to make sure the other member of my fire team is happy as well.
I don't even know what to say.
Don't doubt it for a minute, Hove.
I'm talking about sex, Lego.
So the lost while there are parts of that quest that I don't like, Wilson, there are parts of it that I do really like. And you were saying just have it more generalized stuff that you would do naturally. That is one solution, but also if you just shorten, I feel like they stretch the length of it out with these with these like things you had to go get like headshots right and stuff. But if they just took those parts out, the Minotaur, the headshots on the Fallen, that kind of stuff, and just had it be those missions where you go to the Forge and do the portal jumping, like that was fun. I really enjoyed that part. Or even doing the strike again, the different version of the strike. Whenever I was playing that, I was like, I'm actually having fun. Or Hove, you talked about it last week, but the mission where you had to shoot the crystals on the platforms and jump up to kill.
Yeah, I was all fucked up on that because I kept thinking I was like being slick, like, oh, I can see that crystal 3 platforms away, except they disappeared like as I was trying to jump to them later.
Yeah. But it was fun. Like that mission in particular, the end of that where you shoot 3 of them to make the next one form, but your current one's disappearing. Like that was, I had like a clutch moment where I didn't have any hand cannon ammo and it'd take too long to reload. So I had to hit him with my sniper rifle and then jumped up and used I just got Black Talon and used that to decimate everything on top. And it was like really fun Destiny moment style stuff that mission kind of brought out. And I was like, I'm having fun doing these, but I'm not having fun going into this lost sector over and over again. So if they just shorten those down, because let's be real, the quest took longer than it took to do, what, like Curse of Osiris? Like,
yeah, I think
that sounds like a little harsh, but it took a while. It takes so long to do this quest that's just repetitive stuff and not a story mission,
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to like be a story mission per se. I would have been happier going to maybe doing like certain adventures ramped up a little bit in difficulty. You don't necessarily even have to really change anything about just anything other than like mindlessly chilling in a patrol space, like hoping to God that Minotaur spawns in the same spot and that somebody else
I mean, I'm definitely with you guys 100%. Like, it should have been shorter. It should be account based, all of that. The one thing that I thought made it bearable, only the first week though, is a lot of that stuff tied in. Like, I don't even remember what the steps were, but I remember thinking like I did it as I was doing my Flashpoint and as I was doing some of my other weekly stuff. Like, they all kind of like tied together. Yeah.
They were symbiotic.
Yeah, so it was stuff that even if that wasn't there, I would have been doing, not necessarily the Minotaurs, specifically, but like some of that other stuff. I don't know.
Wilson's point makes sense. Go ahead, I'll finish your thought.
No, I was just gonna say I think that it's something that Triton has mentioned many times over the last year, probably, that almost no matter what happens from here on out, any happiness and satisfaction with the stuff we get is going to be short-lived because we are still playing the same game. And that's not I mean, there's nothing you can, that's just the way it is, but it's still Destiny. We're still shooting the same aliens, and we're, and that's not a bad thing. That's just the way it is.
And I don't mind doing that. I just don't like the specific activities that they chose for us to do weren't fun. Versus like strikes are fun, doing Crucible is fun, doing these specific headshots in a specific place that was not fun.
No, I agree with you completely. I'm just saying anything that comes along is going to be like, okay, that was cool, and now what? Because it is the same thing. I mean,
that's fine. I just want to get to the and now what part faster, because right now I know there's a new forge, but I don't.
I'm not arguing with you. You don't have to prove your point anymore.
You're being very combative.
I'm just adding to it.
Christmas is over.
I think the breaks are what hurts it. And I think Wilson definitely started talking about it there. It's like we've done this a lot of times, so you don't want to be in a position where you just fly into somewhere and then you sit. Like strikes are fine. Like we've done strikes 1,000 times, but you're like consistently doing something. Or Wilson mentioned adventures. You at least consistently do that. I think what makes it harder, and obviously, Hove, I agree with you mentioning I've talked about it a lot, but just going down to a planet and sitting there. Like I felt that when I had to do that captain on Nessus, because you had to get the final blow that 1 week. Mm-hmm. So you fly in there and then you see 3 people. You're like, crap. You sit there. You're afraid to do a patrol because that may take you farther away, and you just sit. Like I don't think. That's what makes it harder for me. I mean, personally, is the breaks. Like, if it was, like Lego mentioned, do 3 strikes, 2 Crucible games, 1 ramped up adventure, this kind of tied-in Forge thing, even if it was like Nightfall above the bonus at the end, 6, 7, 8 steps, but you mentioned as well, they could be things that we're naturally doing. I don't think anything in the game is naturally like a weight. Like, we don't, I think that's what makes it tough. For me, again, it's the weight. So all the ones we've mentioned are the ones where you have to either wait for a spawn or something like that. And there's other ways you could have done it. I mean, I think a lot of people found like here's 3 Minotaurs from this mission right away, right? But, there are some like waiting things, and that's what's wrong.
And I do think though, and this, I don't know if this kind of ties into what I was saying before about, what Triton's brought up. But while that would definitely be better, because we all kind of agree that sitting around waiting, that was kind of dumb. But you can't convince me that if it would have been something like that you wouldn't have gotten the complaints of, oh, why do we have to go back and do this same stuff we've been doing, the same content to just do something new?
People would have said that.
Yeah,
people absolutely would have said that.
And I'm not saying it isn't a better option. I'm not even giving an opinion on that. But either way, there was going to be, some unrest.
For sure.
I'm a multitasker, and it felt like it really kept me from multitasking.
I do.
See, I actually felt like I was able to multitask very heavily during it.
Elaborate, because you have to be in like certain areas of Nessus to get these things. So unless like a certain strike comes up that happens to take you through that area with that enemy.
Well, that's what I was, like. It was a lot of it was like do this public event, do that public event. So I got my flashpoint done during all that. I did all that kind of like bounties, stuff like that. Like I was getting that kind of stuff done while I was
like the only thing I got done was like my flashpoint. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I couldn't get my strikes done. I couldn't get my Crucible. Couldn't get my Gambit. Couldn't get my Dreaming City.
Obviously, those are different activities, though. You can't do your Crucible and your Dreaming City at the same time. There's some things that just don't cross over.
For sure, but like there's a lot of things that do cross over, and that was my point, was that I'm a multitasker, not to sit down and nitpick.
Stop staring at the camera when you talk.
You're the one that told me I had to get a camera or I'm off the podcast.
I would never say that.
I said, get him out of here. Get him a C920 or get the fuck out of here.
Watch your mouth. This is a family show.
This is not a family show.
So I actually had a quick thing, because we kind of did our weeks, but didn't. I had some my wife's relatives came up from North Carolina, and one of her cousins is like 15. So he comes up and he's playing on my PlayStation. He came in the room and he saw the Destiny pops. He's like, "Do you play Destiny?" So we started talking about it for a while, and it turns out he really likes Destiny. He plays on Xbox though, and he's actually heard of us, not the podcast, but he's heard of Resolute. He's watched Vanguard, all that stuff. So it was really cool. So I was scoring a lot of points. Then he starts asking me what's the mic for and all this other stuff, and I wanted to be like, "Oh well, did you know that Resolute has a podcast?" But I'm thinking, okay. So he's 15, like he's heard of everything we've probably said. But in the event that his parents were to hear this, they'd be like, "Yeah, we're not going up to see Aunt Ann and Uncle Steve." So that would be the end of that. So didn't recommend the podcast, but he was like super psyched that.
So what did you say?
Well, I was just like
did you tell him you were?
Wild card.
I'm a cam girl.
Wilson and Hove cuss like sailors.
To be fair, it is just us two.
You know,
yeah, it is. I need to.
It was.
No, you don't.
I probably related it to basketball or something else. Like, oh, I've recorded podcasts or recorded audio for YouTube or something on it. But yeah, I stopped short because we were really flowing. He was like, dude, you're in Resolute. Like, I watched True Vanguard. He's like, I'm gonna tell all my friends I'm like scoring major points. He's like, what's all this? I was like, it's YouTube. I record a couple YouTube videos a year, and that's the only reason.
Definitely not a podcast.
Two things this made me think of. One, TV's lewd comment to you today on Twitter, Lego. I love him. Gosh. That was just really that was almost as funny as whenever they called in the one TWAB they called Hamrick Ham Slamrick, and he was like, I don't ever want to hear the words ham and slam next to each other ever again. But quick story that this made me think of about this not being a family podcast. Wilson, you're the only one of the three of us here that doesn't know this story, but chat won't know it, and anyone listening later.
I thought that was going a completely different direction. I appreciate you. Continue.
I don't even know where it would have went. You have a dirty mind. So our very first episode, we had Claw on, and we used to do it. We weren't live, so it was like we didn't do takes. But if someone said something stupid or fucked up an intro or whatever it was, we could stop and re-record it. So we were like, well, let's see how it is. Like, we had discussed with Claw being the leader of Resolute. Yes, for anyone who doesn't know, Clawman is the actual leader of Resolute, not KJ Hovey.
Yes. Or Marcus.
Or Marcus.
Or Marcus. Despite what he may tell you.
And we kind of were like, well, we're not going to, like, try to specifically make it explicit, but we're not going to, like, censor ourselves. Like, just how we are, like, whatever. So we were like, all right, cool. Literally, like, 3 seconds into it, I fucked something up. And I said it, and I went, fuck. And the episode came out, and Lego put it in the bloopers, and we were like, well, I guess we're not family friendly anymore. So,
actually, that's not what happened. Because you said it once. No, you said it once, and then Claw was like, oh, you said it. And he just started, like, saying it over and over again.
I don't think that's how it happened.
Yeah. And then I remember because I edited it, and
But I said
Then also after that, Claw told me, because I was like, should it be explicit? Should it not? And Claw was like, no, it's gonna be explicit. Like, it was like not optional. He was like, it's Resolute. It's
You're gonna put the Rezo name on it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have a choice.
Great. Slap an ESRB T for teen on it.
Also, speaking of that episode, I had somebody listen to that episode this week because it's a guy at my church who's another drummer. He also works at a gaming studio in Austin doing 3D
VR stuff.
Yeah, VR stuff.
No shit.
And so his company does that, and he's been developing games for a long time.
I bet you he's not as handsome as you, though.
He might be. And we were just going around.
He's not comfortable enough to say.
talking about gaming stuff, and he's like, oh, I checked out your podcast. I checked out what did he say? He said something, and I was like, wait, which one? The first episode? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh gosh, why did you do that? Like, why didn't you start at the newest episode? And he was like, well, y'all seem to know what you're talking about and all this stuff. And I don't know, it was cool. It was encouraging.
I kind of want to go back and listen to it.
I do too, because I'm curious what we sound like. I know it's super edited spacing wise.
Don't listen to the second episode, because that's when I accidentally used my webcam mic.
Oh gosh, yeah, I'll avoid that.
Yeah, I kind of yeah.
Rookie.
I know. Maybe we should do that.
Stop looking at me.
There was something.
Lego. Wilson's looking at me.
I can't control where he looks.
It's true. He's told me to stop looking at him plenty of times.
You're the podcast dad.
Control me.
You're the podcast dad.
Right.
So I mentioned Iron Banner earlier, and that is actually something that I have been enjoying playing. Like, I know in the past the light level stuff and whatever, I kind of tend to stay away from it, but it's actually, I love the Iron Banner game type of capturing the 3 zones and kind of controlling the map that way. Like, I think it's really fun.
Hunt is on when you capture 3 zones.
Yeah, the hunt is on. That's one of the bounties, is to get a bunch of kills.
Dude, I was dropping triumphs like it was hot.
Me too. Nice. They've added a whole bunch of new ones in, so you
Are they
you
worth
watch
any points or no?
Most
I
of
don't.
them are. No.
I don't remember.
They're like medals. Remember the whole like crucible medal ones?
Yeah.
So,
I pulled out my fake cries foul though, just sniping people because that was one of my highest light level things. It was so much fun,
gangster,
dude.
It was gangster. I pulled out my fake cries foul.
You should have pulled out your supremacy.
One thing that kind of sucked to me is that the new Iron Banner armor, they didn't continue on. So ornament stuff basically is what I want to get to. The weapon ornament, they've really capitalized on it, and there's all these new weapon ornaments for every season. For like Gambit, there's new weapon ornaments, but there's no, the new Iron Banner armor isn't an ornament, it's like new armor instead of going the ornament route, so it takes up more space, you know.
We have more space though. Okay, never mind, you don't.
Lego doesn't.
I don't. Yeah, and I just, I don't
this
understand.
episode of Hoarders.
Yeah, they have TV. They have TV shows about you.
Can we do? I got an idea. YouTube series.
Ornaments
Hoarders,
would be
Destiny
better.
2 Vault Edition.
Oh my gosh,
We go in and we make them delete everything.
I've done that before. I've like done clean slate. Yeah, that sometimes it's necessary. Not recently.
Who's gonna pay for us to travel around?
We don't. We have
do it
spaceships
online.
that take us there.
Oh, spaceships. Why?
Are you
In game? We can go to
But
the
isn't
towers.
the-
Are you smoking?
Don't you think like the ornament system, like it should have been utilized a little more? Like I think the only reason they didn't do it was because we have random rolls on armor now, and they couldn't use the old armor.
Yeah, that's true.
That's actually
So maybe
really...
they just had to reset the way it worked.
Yeah,
but
you
it still
answered
kind of
your own
sucks.
question. I feel like.
Do you feel like we get more geometry with all new armor than the ornaments? Because some of the Iron Banner ornaments were pretty different.
It was all new, yeah. It was completely different.
But there was a few that you could be like, okay, they totally mocked that up from this piece of armor, from what I remember. Maybe at least for Hunter, but
maybe
I feel like I want to say that we get more geometry variants when it comes to all new sets of armor. I understand that it takes up more space, and you got to have someone design it, and then the hardest part, which I believe would be implementing that design into the game, because they said they have weapon designs out the ass. You know what I mean? It's just implementing that into the game. You know what I mean? I'm sure they have like an entire vault full of just concept art of shit that they could put into the game.
I would like to see some of that concept art and stuff go into new ornaments for the Vanguard Crucible stuff, because we still have the same stuff from last season. So that's what I would really like to see, because that would give me more incentive to do the things I like to do, which is play Crucible and get some variation in loot there.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like with the armor, we get more geometry variants, but weapon ornaments have been pretty dope this time around. I'm not gonna lie, they seem to change up a lot of the geometry and
like the ones that go to the Gambit weapons.
Yeah,
you mean?
exactly.
Yeah, those ones are cool.
I was
Those ones are really
the
cool.
sniper one in my mind right now.
Oh yeah, sniper.
I
still haven't gotten.
I have a request.
Song requests?
Kinda.
Cheesesteak request?
Also kinda. Lego, I see that guitar behind you. I'd like you to play me a song.
Do not let him serenade us. You will be charmed and fall in love instantly.
Listen, I have an idea.
I've been playing way too much Dungeons and Dragons. Forget that I didn't even say it.
Listen,
I don't know what Hope just said because my thing froze, but
your thing for ooh.
camera.
Yeah, that guitar back there. I want you to sing me a song for the end of 2018.
Maybe later in private.
I know what you meant, but that was the best answer you could have given. No, I have a better idea. There's that, there's that movie with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and there's a song out that's on the radio. You could be Bradley Cooper, and I'll be Lady Gaga, and we'll perform for everybody.
I actually, 2 people in chat right now, I saw them do this once over PSN party chat. Litlin and Fatebringer are both in chat right now, or at least they were a second ago.
Good people, by the way.
And Fate was playing guitar, and Litlin sang. I'm pretty sure it was Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah. And like Fate was playing it while Litlin was singing it, and like they were trying to match the disconnect in timing. It was so funny. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
So are we gonna do this?
No, we're not.
Do you want to be Lady Gaga? Right, I'll let you be Lady Gaga.
This has nothing to do with it.
If either one of you are Lady Gaga, it's 100%.
I do sometimes wear meat as a dress. Wasn't that her? Do you remember that?
Can confirm.
I did
that sounds like some crazy shit that she'd do.
Yeah.
Plus you like to flash people in public. I mean,
that's not true. Don't start that.
I thought you were gonna defend her honor. Like, that's not true. She didn't do that. You're just.
No, I don't want people to think I'm a.
Well,
weirdo.
We kind of went over most of our weeks. Did y'all have anything else you wanted to add to the conversation as far as like this week in Destiny? I'd like to in a second do, I know we don't have a TWAB, but just kind of Hove is gonna think I stole this as his idea, but I promise I had it written down before you sent this to me. But just like 2018 recap, 2019 predictions, resolutions, sort of stuff. But
when did you write that down?
I don't know when. I don't. It's not like on a computer. It's like on a notepad.
Was it more than like 5 hours ago?
Yeah, probably.
You're a liar because I tweeted it.
Can I piggyback on that and say like your favorite moment in Destiny 2018?
Well, before we jump to that, just did anybody else have anything this week?
Yeah, I could throw something out there for the week. I think in general, just because we are the Resolute podcast, I got to play with PvP, I think, for the first time.
I love John.
Oh, John.
So,
yeah, he's awesome.
We played 2 comp games yesterday, I believe, so that was really cool. Hadn't got a chance to play with him, but that was good times. And just a quick shout out to our clan for taking someone to task today for posting some absolutely disgusting comments. So for that, so just quick. You guys did a good job on that one. So other than that,
call the internet out on your bullshit.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, that's one great thing just about having a clan. Is just having like a team of people that has your back, that understands the internet can be an amazing but also an absolutely terrible place. And just having a group of friends that are with you for that is there's nothing like that. So if you're listening to this and you're still clanless, man, get some friends. Like, and I don't mean that in like a in the get good kind of way, but like be proactive in finding like Discord servers or even like Twitch chats where you have friendly people, like people like True Vanguard, who has his own Frontlines clan sort of thing. Cool. It's like a group of people you can join.
That got the earthquake weather,
are just chill. Yeah, exactly.
Briar's got the Warren.
Can we start a clan?
We're in a clan.
No,
like a sub clan.
Not like a sub clan, like a clan for other degenerates like me.
Oh,
like other misfit.
I don't
toys.
think you can be in another clan though.
No, but yes, it'll be just like you just said. TV and Briar both have one.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about like the way TV has Frontlines.
Yeah, can we do that? Let's do it. What can we call it? Let's think about it. Let's call it the Thick House.
Nope.
House.
I'm out already.
That's
funny.
Wow, Lego.
Corny.
I see how you feel about me.
Okay, so
that was it for me.
Serious?
What?
Wilson, what did you say a second ago? You were gonna
what did you say?
No, you were gonna add something to the 2018-2019 stuff, and
yes!
I kind of cut you off.
I don't even know what I said, man. What did I say?
KB Ninja just named our clan. Or Gorniak, either one.
Viva La Resolution? That's amazing, KB Ninja.
Or Hove's Heroes.
Hove's Heroes is
best 2018
How about Hove's
Destiny
Hoes?
moment.
Then it would just be 2018 Destiny moment.
No, but seriously, best 2018 moment. Before I forget what I said again earlier, best 2018 moment in Destiny for you personally is something we could touch on later.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that. That requires so much thinking.
I mean, for me, just right off the top of my head, I think it's going Legend last season. Like, I feel like that one's like super easy.
It's a pretty.
I'm trying to think if there's some other moment, because there were a lot of hype moments with that, but like going Legend, movie of the week.
Can I say mine is adding Wilson to the podcast?
Yes, but that this year?
Oh, fuck off, Wilson. You're off the podcast. And my favorite moment of 2019 will be kicking Wilson off of the podcast.
Coincidentally, the first thing he does in 2019. I'd say
boats and hoves. This is so good. Chat is genius.
I think my best 2018 Destiny moment would be when both times DCP invited me on to do the raid layers. It was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty high before I did those raids, and I had no clue what was going on at the time. They really definitely. I'm like, yo, man, just tell me what to shoot and when to shoot it, and just doing good DPS. You know what I mean? So and we got it done, and we got to run with some of the guys who got world first and stuff like that when we couldn't get it done on the first day. So it was cool. It was dope. I appreciate it, DCP.
I don't know what that is.
Miss you guys. Oh, and being on their podcast was pretty dope.
No, I was thinking about that.
Right.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
That's
what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, somebody commented on one of their videos the other day, and was like, "Why don't you ever have like normal people on there? Like, you know, you should change your name to Destiny Content Creator Podcast, or have some normal people on there." And I was like, totally low key. Even logged into a different account,
so
and
you're a
was
creep.
like, "Oh, they had this one guy on." He was all right. His name was Wilson. He's kind of a nobody. I don't know, you might want to check it out. And like so many people like called me out, like knew that was me. I'll have to find it and like take a picture.
That's really
funny. Are you Kevin Durant? Like, what's happening right now?
I wish.
You don't even know what that means.
I don't.
He did that.
Marvel reference?
No, he was a basketball player who was like making.
Oh, sports and Marvel, the two things I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he was. Listen, he's like one of the. He's one of the best basketball players in the world, and he started creating fake Twitter accounts to like defend himself on Twitter.
Oh my! I do that all the time.
Again, not
Are
just
you kidding
against
me?
anybody, against people that have like one follower.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was pathetic.
Ooh, can I tell you what else happened?
Do
you know what my other favorite moment was? When Sam and Wilson sent me a big container of Rice Krispie treats, and I ate all of them.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And the next day, Hope goes, "Looks like you had too many Rice Krispie treats." I go, "I didn't get any." And he goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we sent them all out to people." And he goes, "Oh, I ate them all." Like he was gonna send me some more.
Ow.
We love you, Hope.
Triton, are you still thinking over there?
Oh no, I mean, I didn't know we fully transitioned to this. I didn't know if Wilson started the topic. I didn't. Hove said something.
Just kind of ran with it. I hijacked it.
I didn't think Hove shared his moment. Actually.
I did. I forget what it was. Oh, having Wilson on the podcast.
Oh, having Wilson join the podcast. Okay.
Does that not count?
No, it does count.
I mean,
I didn't know
it can count.
Good.
Bit of a cop out.
We talked about a lot of different things.
It's been a long year.
I would say, you know, over the course of the year, I've had probably 3 or 4 opportunities to get to know somebody on a more personal level, or get to reach out to them in some way beyond just shooting aliens. And that's mattered a lot to me, just because, you know, I think anytime we have an opportunity to take something from, you know, just, hey, this is how we have fun, to I can support you in this way, or, you know, you can kind of come in with another issue or something like that. I mean, a lot of people don't have that in the real life, so to be able to provide that and be able to go a step deeper is you know, meant a lot to me this year to have the opportunity to do that. So hopefully more of those in 2019, but definitely appreciative of the ones I had this year.
No, I agree. It means a lot to me when I get to go deeper too.
I agree with you, Triton. I think that there have been numerous people that I've gotten to know like better that I didn't think, like, you know, you start out with kind of surface level as far as like getting to know people, and you don't think it'll go any further, and then all of a sudden you were either in a party chat, and then like I had one guy that I was talking to one night, and he was just like, "Man, what do you do when you're just having just the worst day? You know, it's just me and him in a party chat." And I was just like, man, I was just kind of able to just talk with him on a deeper level than just about gaming. And that was one of the most meaningful nights to me, to just like share my life experience with him as someone who's like a little bit older than a lot of the people that I'm playing with. And so I don't know, that I appreciate your answer, Triton. And looking back, I can think of several times where that has happened to me as well. And those are some times that really stand out throughout the year for sure.
Can I add 2 more?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of these is serious, and one of them's very serious.
Oh wow.
For the serious one, it was really cool. I'm blanking on his name because I'm the worst. But whenever Fatebringer got that message about the guy sent the message about being a big fan of Rezocast, and then we went and played with him.
Sheepdog.
Yeah. And the other one, this is the very serious one. My favorite moment maybe of Oh, God, this rivals the Mom Whisperer.
Wow.
It was from Guardian Con when we all got in the car and I called Lego.
Are you gonna disclose the actual conversation? Because I feel like we should recontact the ESRB and get a mature.
I feel like you should do it.
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
No, yeah.
No, you should have been there. It was a good conversation. Guardian Con.
But wait, no.
So a good one.
Yeah,
so
Guardian Con. It sounded pretty awesome. From what I heard over the phone, everybody had a really good time.
I had a really good time for sure.
I think the only time I wasn't drunk was like in the morning. Pretty much the entire time. I was hitting it pretty hard that weekend. So if I offended anyone, don't really care.
By the way, I also already booked and paid for an even larger Rezo mansion for next year.
Oh my gosh.
14 beds, 7 bedrooms, a pool, 4 bathrooms.
7 of which Hove get.
What do I get?
The beds.
Are you saying I take up 7 beds?
No, I'm just saying you get dibs.
Rude.
Wow.
You'll probably be doing other unsavory things in the beds.
Wow. Yeah, I called like I want to talk. It's so funny.
You gotta put 2 and 2 together.
But the way it happened was so funny.
Pretty good.
I'm trying to think if there was something else for me because I feel like there have been other moments, and I don't want to just pass through 2018.
Movie of the week, Lego.
Yeah, that
he doesn't even care anymore. He's won like 4 times.
He's so Hollywood.
God.
He's like the dude that gets up there and he gets the award. And he's like, yeah, thanks, and then walks.
Here's the reason I do care is that the last time I made a video before that was The Dawning last year, so that was a year ago, and so for me to like take the time and have the time to be able to make a video and then for it to win movie of the week is like, oh man, like I appreciate that so much because it takes so much. I'm such a perfectionist about those videos and just to take the time to do them. So I do very much appreciate it. It is a big highlight of my year for sure.
Did I ever tell you?
Videos are really good.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that I'm a big fan of a V-neck on you, Lego? It's a good look.
No.
It's a
yeah,
good
we
look.
have talked about like the
I'd like to see the deep V before I
we
commit
talked
to
about the
just
deep
the
V.
V.
I have one deep V. I have one deep V, and I.
Whoa.
I don't think she wants you to talk about her that way.
I just wear it like when I want like to be super comfy because it's an American Apparel tri-blend t-shirt that is like the most comfortable t-shirt. If
How
you want,
deep is the V?
listen.
Is it like a Jack Sparrow deep V?
It's like
that's like an
approaches
unbuttoned
the
shirt.
nipple. It approaches the nipple. That's what I'll say.
I'll give you that one, Hope. Right?
That's just like a button-down shirt that he just opens.
You're right.
It's about as deep as a V gets.
Lego Le Sparrow.
I don't know where to go from there.
Maybe
we should
2019.
Ooh.
Maybe we should go to 2019.
No.
There.
This kind of damn it. This kind of does go into 2019. So Kevin Feige today was talking about how the Fox Disney deal was expected to close by the end of January, and
exciting.
within the next 6 months he expects. And let's be honest, there's no way in hell that Kevin Feige doesn't already have a plan for using these characters. On the low, but officially he said within the next 6 months they'll be able to start working with those characters and putting them into movies.
Yeah, I mean, just look how fast Spider-Man got put into a movie. You know, like it's gonna happen fast. You know it.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna happen real fast.
So what are y'all's? Let's do not just like I want to do 2 things. I want to do some like what you want out of 2009. I part of me wants to do like predictions and part of me wants to do like resolutions. But
like in-game resolutions, like
yeah.
I need to work on making call-outs and not getting in the zone.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big one.
That'd be one of them. What do I want? Trials of fucking Osiris, dude.
Dude, me too, man. I want it back
so bad, dude.
I've been thinking about it so much, especially playing so much PUBG because it gets my heart pounding, like that last man standing. Man. You know, like, and my adrenaline is just at this high, but the gunplay isn't Destiny. You know, like I love Destiny because it's so smooth, but I don't have the intensity Like, yeah, comp is sweaty and stuff, but it's not the same. It's just not that you're not playing the mini tournament that is trials, you know, with that ticket. So
with competitive, you're playing game to game. Like, I can't help but think many games ahead in trials. Like, we get our first, we always start out for shits and giggles. Then you get into game 2, game 3, and like you're just rolling kids, and you're like, "Do we got a shot? We got a shot at this." You know what I mean? And then you start playing harder, and you start playing harder, and then come game like 5, 6, dude, like you're into it. Like my elbows are on my knees, I'm leaning forward, like I'm at full attention. Like it went from like the casual, like leaning back and playing to like up like, you know, several inches from my monitor, and like it. Yeah, man, I want that back so bad. I don't even care if it's 3-man or 4-man. I don't even care at this point. I just want the adrenaline rush. I want a weekly event that I know come Friday night, me and the homies are going in, aka you guys.
Yeah.
You know, like that was like, it wasn't in 2018, but the first time I went flawless, me, Hove, Lego, and Marcus. And
really?
Yeah, we streamed it. At least Hove did. I don't think I did.
Actually,
I think I did. Because I remember Briar was watching, and
I love Briar.
I just remember him saying it was so entertaining. Like, him and his wife were watching us in their living room, and like it was so funny. Like, we were just rolling kids. It was dirty. It's right in the middle of the meta. You know what I mean? Like right at the height of that meta. It's
Mida?
Like, don't go there. Right? I'm not gonna tomato.
Just saying, Mida.
On this holy holiday that is Christmas.
Christmas is over.
Feliz Navidad, Hove.
I'm with you, man. And I'm gonna make a prediction here too. Not just a like what I want 2019 to bring, but prediction that it comes sooner than people think. Like, I don't think it's gonna come super soon, but I think that people are saying like it's not gonna happen till Destiny 3. Like, they know that Trials is a bread and butter like thing that comes with Destiny 2, and everybody wants it. It's all over Reddit like all the time, and they're listening. They know, they're working on it, and to talk like, so I think it's gonna come sooner than people think. Even if it's not like this season, I think it'll be soon. And then secondly, it's gonna, you know, Wilson, you said you don't care whether it's 3 or 4. Regardless of whether it's 3 or 4, it's gonna feel entirely different than it did when we first had Trials, because we have special weapons now. Like, we have we have new subclasses. We have everything's so different than it was back then, that especially if they bring back elimination, it's just gonna feel like an entirely different experience, I think.
Nothing exposes the meta like Trials, man. Like, competitive, but Trials like really exposes the meta. Things emerge from Trials of Osiris that are really cool and a lot of fun. A lot of them pissed me off, but I mean, it's just part of the game. But like, I just miss that. I miss that, like, not even calling, not even texting, nothing on Discord. Like, we're gonna be there Friday night, and we're going in. We're going in hot.
I still get on every Friday night and just sit there waiting for an invite from you, but you're never around.
Not true.
Matt Grundy asks if you guys think we'll get another type of Rise of Iron in 2019 or D3. I do think there's going to be a D3. I still think they're going to stick with that, but I don't think it's going to be till 2020.
Yeah, I think D3 could time well with maybe PS5 from what we
think. That's something that worries me to a point. Not that I want to cut people out of it, but I don't want it to launch on PS4 if it's going to go into PS5 or then whatever other system, because then you have that issue
right
that
back
we had.
in the D1
scenario. You're developing for 4 to 5 with PC, different platforms. I don't want that to happen. I think it's going to happen because they're not going to completely forsake, like Forsaken, one generation or the other.
And I think they're more likely to jump on the PS5 bandwagon, I would think, if it times that well. Right, like, we don't know. I mean, 2020 is just what we hear for PS5. It may not be true, but the Destiny calendar, we assume D3 looks like 2020.
I would assume. I don't know how they're going to do, like, come fall of 2019. Are they going to do, or like winter? Are they going to do another annual pass? Or are we going to have another Forsaken type expansion? I have
could
no
see
idea.
The Rise of Iron thing. That would be my guess.
I would hope that the last meaty content drop would be an actual expansion and not.
Yeah.
Not more of what we have.
So I think to add to my resolution, getting Unbroken is obviously on my list.
You got this. You got it.
Yeah, hopefully. And then I think another resolution would just be taking more time to raid. I haven't really put, it's really not that much time. Like, and anyone who listens to this podcast who is a raider, I'm sure would tell you, or Triton could attest to it. Like, I could just take the time that I would, like, especially if I'm in a 6-man Iron Banner fire team, or we're just playing quick play, we could just be like, hey, what if we just tried starting a raid and just see how far we get, and we probably take the same amount of time as we would playing 6 games of quick play, get pretty far in a raid and have fun. And I just don't have that mindset. And I think that's like a resolution for me, is to change that, not trying to schedule it out so much. Although I want to do that too.
If you could join one of those 2 p.m. raids that like Mark is trying to set up during the weekday, would be awesome. So huge shout out to Mark. I think we just play for like 2 hours, and then he's like, however far we get, which is super cool. Mark is such a good guy, probably one of my favorite people to play with. Also, just quick shout out to Mark. So he sent me a message not that long ago, just saying like, hey, sorry I haven't been on in the mornings to play right now. Well, I have so much family going on. Like, I'm not my normal schedule around 2, but Mark is just that kind of guy that he's like, hey, sorry we haven't gamed in a while. Shout out to Mark. Awesome.
We're man crushing.
Those raids are super chill. And any of you guys, I'm sure you'd be welcome too. If you're around at like 2 p.m. Eastern one time and it doesn't fill up because he kind of throws out a schedule, then I'm sure you'd be welcome. So I don't want to speak for Mark necessarily, but he obviously super nice, super accommodating. So
Mark Square is just the coolest dude.
Yep.
Triton, Hove, do y'all have any predictions, resolutions for 2019?
I like to live my life a quarter mile at a time, so
cool, man.
I'm not gonna make. I prefer Dom. No, I don't know. I mean, that's just such a broad thing as far as predictions. Other than
what about resolution then?
No, I have a resolution to not make any predictions.
Damn. You don't think there's any part of in the game that you'd want to push yourself, whether it's like skill wise or
I want to hit diamond.
That's a different game, but acceptable. I'll take it.
But that ends in like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. Maybe next season.
No, I can still do it. I'm at like 28. I was up at like 2980. I needed 1 win. Just one. And I lost.
Sounds like you need a Hanzo.
Yeah.
Hope,
don't start with me, Wilson.
No, wait. I have a question because I've been thinking about your playstyle in Destiny.
You don't know my playstyle.
Well, I know you love Sturming Drang, and when you're not using that, you're using a fusion rifle most of the time, right? No? You think I'm wrong? In Crucible, specifically.
Scumbag is using Bygones. And
I don't even have a. Do you think I have a Bygones? You have to play Gambit for that.
Okay,
fair enough.
So the reason
sniping is my favorite.
Sniping is your favorite, but do you do it that much? Like, if you're in a competitive setting in Destiny, like, are you sniping? Or
I will try sniping unless.
Last few times I played with Hove, he sniped.
Unless I start getting pooped on. Then
and to his credit, pretty good too.
The reason I asked is because I felt like in D1 when we were playing trials or some sort of competitive thing,
all I did was snipe.
A lot of times you would snipe a lot of times, but I feel like you'd also use AS Luna and a shotgun.
Only in that, like, depending on the map and the meta. But I tried to. I would say I sniped well over 70% of the time in D1.
Okay.
He loved his Luna, but yeah, there was a couple times where there was like that brief period where
I moved to a palindrome.
Shoddy,
yeah, no land shoddy. I would
really
run
strong.
A lot.
Yeah.
I really liked running no land shoddy on a defender. There was a point where I did that a lot.
That was fun. Yeah.
And no, I moved on from the IS Luna pretty quick because I never got once that palindrome dropped with Icarus and rifled, I never looked back after that one.
I fucking miss sniping, dude. I used to like. I'm not gonna like. I'm just like, oh man, I miss.
Is it gone now? Like, I think
it's not the same
mechanics,
not the same, dude.
now.
It does not feel the same. There is nothing in this game that feels remotely familiar to sniping compared to D1. Nothing.
See,
I wouldn't go that far.
I disagree.
Not the scopes, not the amount. Whatever magic formula that they had for D1 sniping is not in this game. There was like one gun with a D1 scope in this game, and they like just added it. And I think it's the gun that you got, Hope, the Supremacy or whatever. I think it has like a super low zoom scope.
There's a few low zoom.
Short zoom.
They even said somebody brought up.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the lowest zoom scope in the game right now.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
I remember them saying
Chat
that
can
there is a
flame me if I'm
lack.
wrong.
There is a lack of low zoom scopes in the Supremacy. Like exception was the Supremacy. They specifically
Can't snipe
said
people
that.
out of their super anymore. Like that was the
That's
one
lame.
great thing.
Yeah.
about
That is a
sniping,
thing.
dude. It's so
Yeah.
dumb. Like you can ape and like get rewarded for shotgunning someone out of their super, but no, you take control of a lane and they're dumb enough to freaking challenge it, and you shoot them in the head and they get away with it. It's dumb. Like they need to bring that shit back. Like there's no reason that if I'm good with a sniper that I shouldn't be rewarded with it. I used to be pretty damn decent. I was no KJ Hovey. I was no TV or M-Tash or
Hove 76.
any of them guys, or Hove 76 for that matter. But there were some times that we got some greasy fucking snipes, dude. Like, I mean, I even have a shit ton of them on my awful YouTube channel that like I never post to. Like I miss that feeling, dude, and I don't know what like enzyme or catalyst is missing that like made snipers good in D1 and made them like a novelty. Like it's not that they're not good, they're so inconsistent in my opinion. Like there's times that like I know I hit that fucking shot and like it doesn't, and then there's times that I know I didn't hit that shot and it gives it to me. Like in D1 I feel like that gap was smaller of I should have got it but didn't, and I shouldn't have got it but I did. I felt like there was a little bit more of a narrow gap there with that. But I miss it, dude. That was like my favorite thing, dude. I could be getting my ass kicked as far as the score goes in a game. But dude, if I'm popping heads with a sniper, dude, like
Okay. I got it. 2019 resolution. We play more private matches with snipers. That's got to be in there.
I've been saying that all the time.
I know, but if I'm Wilson, I'm just saying, me and Hove have been doing that every once in a while, and it's so much fun when you're just playing with people that are just sniping. It's actually really fun. I know what you're saying. I know a little bit of what you're saying. I wasn't a full-time sniper like you and Hove and several others, where I did like doing it. Like if I didn't have a fusion rifle, I probably had a sniper rifle, and I do enjoy it. And I do enjoy it now still, like just Iron Banner, I was saying, pulled out that fake Cries Foul. I was really enjoying that. I like my Silicon Neuroma. It feels great too. But I do, there is something funny about it still. Like it doesn't feel as strong for some reason. Maybe it's the scopes or something, but it does feel, one thing they have fixed since the beginning of D2 is they feel a lot snappier with all these mods or snapshot, quick draw. Everything feels really snappy, and so I am pretty satisfied.
The handling is closer to D1 than it has been, but it feels like I'm driving down the road and there's something wrong with my what it is my analysis on snipers. I don't know what it is, and they've stated on Twitter that they're looking into making snipers better again, and I really want to say whatever you're thinking about, just make the formula work like it did in D1. Like I should be rewarded for these things. I should not be punished and at a disadvantage for, you know, landing a good shot on somebody in their super. You know what I mean? Like it's just, that wasn't me.
Do you know what I want back? I want No Land back, but only available for private matches. I don't want it to ruin the ammo economy or anything else. So that's a different topic, but I just want to be able to do No Land Fusion private matches. What's so funny, Lego?
I can't stop laughing because Triton dropped his ring, and right at that moment, y'all all reacted, and my screen froze, and it was Wilson like this with his finger halfway in his nose, and then Hope with his eyes wide open, and it was just frozen like that.
It's quality content here. Make sure you check out the podcast live, and you can see things like me with my finger in my nose.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. I'm gonna have to find that later.
Yeah. Oh, okay, boy. My sniper rant's over. I apologize.
No, it's good. I think that a lot of people feel the way that you feel, and I think a lot of people have expressed that concern on Reddit. I think a lot of people will appreciate hearing your take on it, because I think you're more familiar with it than I am.
The shotguns are really strong. I feel like they took like D1. I'm not even gonna say the F word. I'm not even gonna say the Fellwinter. Or like,
you just did.
I feel like the pinnacle of like Matador like your pinnacle Matador shotgun is like 50% of shotguns in this game now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like a lot of shotguns you can pick up and be successful with. Like, and there's like a very narrow window of perks that you would want on a sniper rifle. You know
That's always been like that with the perks, though. You had to have snapshot or quick draw.
I don't like it.
No, but I mean, even D1. I'm saying even D1, it was like that.
I didn't like it then. That I had to. I still am looking for that perfect 1,000-yard stare. That was the last. I had a beautiful.
But here's the thing.
I think scopes.
Scopes for sure. But here's the biggest thing. Like with something like sniping, for instance. No matter how fast you make handling speed on a sniper, right? That's probably the biggest thing that gives you an advantage in sniping, right? Maybe aim assist, maybe scope, but handling, you want to be able to get the gun out and aim fast, right? So if perks like snapshot and quick draw exist, they're always going to be the perk you want, right? Like there's no reason not to want that. And it's going to be the same thing with shotguns.
Yeah, but I can notice like a huge difference in my performance when I do have those go-to roles versus just like any shotgun. Like I don't really notice like, oh my god, this is the role to have on a shotgun other than like slide shot.
I don't know.
Yeah, I disagree with you pretty hard on that.
Maybe I'm just a bad shotgunner, and I'll admit that. Like I suck at it, but like I really don't think that like a shotgun with good rolls will make a good player any better. Like if you're already good with a shotgun,
well, I don't think that's going to happen with any gun. But I mean, there's a noticeable like me and this guy shotgun at the same time. He has like 60% of his health, and I'm dead.
Yeah. Well, let's look at let's compare some of the perks that are on snipers versus shotguns. Okay, field prep on a sniper, worthless.
But it doesn't matter because you're only going to want snapshot or quick draw anyway.
They kind of have a purpose for shooting through people, and like you could get like a double body shot on someone. You can collat someone anyway, like with a headshot.
What's your point of comparing them, Will?
My point of comparing them is that like there's a lot more useless utility perks on sniper rifles than there are on shotguns. A lot of shotguns give you perks like range, full auto, slide shot, accurized rounds. Like, you know, those are all usable perks. Things like fucking field prep and high caliber rounds.
But I think a lot of
ricochet rounds on a sniper aren't good.
I think a lot of that is just the nature of the two weapons, though. Because like I said, with a sniper, no matter where you're at, you put it on their head, you shoot, they die. So the only things that really matter are how fast can you get that scope to their head and how close are you. Like as far as what the scope looks like.
Give me something with like deeper ammo reserves that actually makes a difference in PvP. And also, I played a game today, spawned in, picked up an ammo brick right in front of me, and it said +2, and then I had no fucking ammo for my sniper.
Really?
Yeah, as soon as I reloaded it. Like, what the fuck is up with that? Like, I don't know what's going on there, but I've been having some serious special ammo issues with picking stuff up. I don't know if it's
high were you?
On a scale from 1 to 10, about a 4.
I don't believe that.
So that was like breakfast, okay? Like, I'm just saying, though, like, there's something going on, and I complained about it a few weeks ago, and I don't know if it's a certain perk associated with an armor piece, but it definitely had nothing to do with snapshot or opening shot on my sniper.
I have a question for you. Are you a big breakfast guy? Do you eat breakfast every day?
I have my Wheaties every day.
No, for real, you're a breakfast guy?
Lately, I have been. Like, I've kind of changed the way that, like, I've been eating lately.
What do you do first? Smoke or eat?
Eat.
Really?
Shower, coffee, eat.
Wow.
I'll go right back to bed if I smoke before I have a shower or my coffee or something to eat for that matter. Calling it a day, dude. I'm going back to bed.
Well, that's funny because I feel like you do that anyway.
You're right.
Fuck. It'll be like middle of the day, and I'll see Sam playing Overwatch. I'm like, hey Sam, you want to play Overwatch? I can't. Wilson's sleeping, and I'll be loud, and I'll wake him.
for the record, I do not tell her.
I'm not saying no.
Okay.
Anybody?
So people get on their fucking high horse and try to white knight.
Everybody knows that Sam is just the nicest person ever. She's like, Wilson's sleeping, and I yell a lot.
True, I can hear her yelling now.
Really?
Oh, Matt Grundy was saying, is it drop mag on your sniper?
Oh.
I don't think it is.
But I'm gonna take a look in.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
In Ishtar here, I can tell you right now because I got it loaded up, and
but still,
I predict
you son of a bitch. It is drop mag.
Yep.
Oh crap.
Good call.
Okay, maybe it was more like an 8 out of 10.
Wilson,
I take back everything I said. The animal economy's fine.
Drop mag sucks for a lot of things. I used to put it on a bunch of kinetic stuff. I guess is fine for primary ammo, but in general, I ever since I got Luna's, which has drop mag and you can't get it off, I just hate drop mag because I would constantly run an ammo for it.
It's actually disciplined me to like time my reloads a little bit better with Luna for drop mag.
I don't want to be disciplined in my reload.
Not with my
I
sniper,
want to
apparently.
just
It's
frantically
so natural
reload.
To, like reload.
Yes,
too. It's hard to get away from it.
I'm a panic reloader. I feel you on that. But
panic freeloader.
When I've got panic free baller. When I've got 13 in the mag and it only takes 3 to kill, I do kind of discipline myself a little bit more and try to move. Because if I get the kill and I reload, I'm not taking advantage of Magnificent Howl.
Yeah. True.
You know.
In
yours, Hove.
Also predict that we get more high impact fusion rifles, because I think they're great, and I think we're gonna see some more of them.
And you're tired of chasing that one for random rolls.
Hey, isn't the Iron Banner, the old Iron Banner fusion rifle, like the first Iron Banner? Because they're bringing back year 1 D2 weapons right now, but that old Iron Banner fusion rifle, wasn't it high impact?
The Wise and Rebuke.
Yeah.
Rebuke?
Yeah.
So if that comes back
with random rolls
and gets random rolls, you could get under pressure on it, and it would be a fantastic fusion rifle.
My mind is saying no, but my body is telling me yes, that it is one of those kinds of. And I'm pretty sure I have one in my vault. Maybe I deleted it.
My body's telling me I gotta pee.
I think I deleted it for the master for the.
I think I might have deleted it too, and I'm gonna look for it.
Unbelievable.
Do we want to do a couple?
Yeah,
questions?
let's do some community questions.
We just got a couple here, but they're fun.
Yeah.
Anything in chat? I know Gorniak, you had something earlier that you said that I told you to throw out here. First one.
Oh wait. Before you do.
Okay.
Wise and Rebuke, the Iron Banner fusion rifle is the highest charge time, impact 95. So if it gets random rolls eventually, it will be basically, a Aaron Till.
A WMD in the hands of Lego, basically.
Dude, and
Lego's not even good at this game.
Well, here's the thing is
shut your mouth.
Right now, Aaron Till's so hard to get that you could grind Iron Banner for a gun you want, which is what I love about.
Wait, is it back right now?
No. I'm just saying it's a high possibility because they're bringing back year 1 D2 Iron Banner stuff. Like right now we have the hand cannon and something else.
Okay.
Oh, Hero's Burden. The SMG's back because DFP Sheik is talking about it.
Am I allowed to?
About them questions.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Matt Grundy says, you just got out of the shower. You reach for a fresh, just washed towel that is 100% clean and smells like Cuddles. You use said towel to dry yourself off. What do you then do with the towel? A, place it right in the hamper. B, use it once more. C, use it for 1 to 2 weeks. Or D, use indefinitely.
What happened to the towel? I missed the middle of that.
You get out of the shower. There's a clean towel just out of the laundry. You use it to dry off. What do you then do with it?
Oh, okay. I see.
I use that bitch again.
Yeah, mine's kind of
only at least B.
Yeah, who uses it one time?
Mine's like kind of in between B and C because I generally do my laundry every weekend, so I just do all my towels.
Agreed.
Yep.
While we're on the topic of bathrooms, Chibi Kim, which way?
Bathroom
Oh, by the way,
questions.
shout out to Kim who made Yahoo.com's front page the other day.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That
I didn't see this.
That Aladdin picture.
Yeah, when they did the reveal of Will Smith as Aladdin, she tweeted a GIF to it, and Yahoo was just pulling random tweets, and she was on the front page of Yahoo.
Lit.
That's amazing, Kim.
Lit.
So Chibi Kim says, which way do you put toilet paper on the roll? Over or under? There's only one right answer. It's obviously over.
Over, because I'm not a
over.
Savage.
Over. Who does under?
A lot more people than it makes me comfortable.
But why? What is the
no logic?
Here's what I think it is. I think there's no logic. Like when you're young and you're not thinking about it, you're just like, I just need to get this thing on here.
I know people.
Actually, could I real talk with you guys for a second?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't do either. Half the times I don't even put that thing back on the fucking
It's just
roll.
on the
Is it on top of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad actually asked Sam at Christmas if I finally started putting the roll on the roller, and she was like,
Do you know who puts it under? People who put milk before cereal.
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah. Or like their
Asriel speaks.
People from a different
He doesn't do it.
dimension.
He's the one who said that.
People from a different reality.
Ooh, the original patent for toilet paper calls for over. Huh. Nubtron. Am I cute? Need a confidence booster.
100%.
Yeah.
Cute as fuck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was very convincing.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Tommy at ToughMonkey89. What do you think about moving forward if Destiny had a mechanic that would let the world change times? Like, I'd like to see Nessus at nighttime and there'd be more enemies.
Ooh.
And they're more aggressive. I think that'd be a neat addition. What y'all thought? Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Even if I'd honestly be happy, even if it didn't change gameplay in any way, shape, or form. I think it'd just be cool to see some of the like. Even Burning Shrine looks way cooler. Maybe not cooler, but definitely way different now when it's dark, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would add to it that not only like just visually, but also mechanic wise with the ads spawning more frequently. Like my favorite time in a public space is when there are ads everywhere. Like when the enemies moving against each other. Yeah, it's so fun. Like just there's constant, and whatever bounty you have, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get this done super fast, you know? And it's a blast just seeing these enemies consistently come at you. Like that would be fun if there was a way to know that was going to happen. Like you could see the times on the different planets or something. I don't know.
It reminds me of the trailers in the live action trailers where they were like surrounded by enemies and, you know,
yes,
and things like that. I love that feeling. I love that
That'd
feeling
be
of just
cool.
like you look over and like Lego's doing his Titan dolphin dive thing through the air and smashes down on, you know, however many vets, and Hove's over there doing whatever Hove does. I don't know, bragging about his sniper rifle and his sword roll and his pulse rifle.
Mostly my
roll all at the
pulse
same
rifle,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but I do have both heavy machine guns with Feeding Frenzy and Rampage too.
You just gave me the best like video idea for like a Rezocast like intro thing or some sort of like Rezocast video where it's like exactly what you just said, like a PvP clip of me and then just a clip of Hove just showing off some loot he got, and
me in the corner scratching my head.
I don't know how I feel about this. Question from chat, Gorniak. If you had to wrap your car in an advertisement but got no discounts or compensation, who would you sponsor and why?
I would just want Triton on the side of all my vehicles.
So those headphones, those
no, like
those
you.
are terrible, Wilson.
Like you, Triton. That's I'd want to boost your image.
I would just want Lego's face on like the hood of my car, like right now. Look at him like this.
No, I want the
so dreamy
in your Discord, the cheese emoji face.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh,
Wilson, don't you think it'd be really cool to have that little like round emote of Lego on like some of your personal belongings?
I would agree. There's a couple things that I'd like to get.
I'm getting uncomfortable.
Haven't gotten him to say that in a while.
Boy, his mind is in the gutter tonight. We were just talking about having your image on real life objects.
Yeah, not like. Never mind.
Coming to an object near you.
I'd probably say. I mean, I'd probably advertise Northwestern Mutual for like a whole year. They could have paid out on policies like even during like the Great Depression and stuff like that. It's a really, really good lifestyle product for people to have. So if you don't have life insurance,
I just had a
you have
really funny
liabilities
idea.
for dependents.
Is so
I would go
bad.
with I would go with some sort of restaurant for sure to see if I could get like free stuff when I came in the drive-thru. Like, so just some restaurant like Taco Bell or Chick-fil-A or someplace that like a go-to. Like I could get this all the time if I just had it on my
I
car.
want Shake Shack because then maybe I can convince them to just put a Shake Shack here.
Please put Shake Shack.
If I could just get like a dispensary to sponsor me, that'd be great. Cool, I'd be down with that.
I'll sponsor you.
Smoke all your weed.
Another one from Gorniak. If you had to have a piercing for 1 year, what would you get and why?
I've had piercings, many. Does it have to be different than one that I've had?
I guess not. Just at this time in your life, you had to get one piercing and keep it for a year.
Bring back the eyebrow.
I almost got my eyebrow. I never got around to it, though.
I had a ring. I just had a ring around it. And then Sam didn't think I'd take it out one day, and I did. And then she's like, oh, it looks so good. And then, like, after it's, like, impossible to get it back in there, she's like, oh, I miss it.
I had both ears and my left cartilage done.
I don't miss it at airports.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, my big thing, and the reason that they're gone, I had them, like, just around high school through part of college. And when I was playing baseball in college, we had, like, 5 games a week. And you had to take them out. So I got tired of like taking it out, putting it in, and I just took them out, and then they closed, and I just never bothered.
You got tired of taking it out and putting it in.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I like
contradicting
you're
yourself.
supposed to keep it in there, and it just goes further in and out. This was like taking it completely out. That's no fun for anybody.
And the year Lego is lewd.
Yeah, right. I also maybe one day I'll post this picture. I think you guys have probably all seen it. I had my ears pierced and my hair was bleached.
I have seen this picture. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's pretty fly for a white guy. That's all I
was super cool in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I think I would go with Wilson's
dispensary idea.
No, eyebrows. if I had to choose like something, that's probably what to go with.
I also have both my ears pierced, and I actually every about 3 weeks I'll wear earrings around my house just for like 2 hours in case I ever really want to wear them again, so they don't close up. But that's it.
All right. Azrael speaks. You get captured, and your choice of torture is listening to nothing but Ice Ice Baby or Photograph by Nickelback. Which do you choose?
Oh, dude, Ice Ice Baby.
Come on,
100%, dude. Like, okay, hear me out.
I just hear Under Pressure anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I would have Under Pressure. I would be able to switch mentally between the two songs and give me some more variety.
Here's the thing about Nickelback. Like, they're not like bad per se. Like, they're really popular. No, dude,
it's like if the Beatles were produced by Nickelback. It's still music, but it sucks.
If I was to sing, it would sound bad. If I was to try to play a musical instrument, it would sound bad. Even some people who think they're fluent in singing or good at being a musician don't sound that good. Dude doesn't have that bad of a voice.
Oh, no. They all can play their
Hold on,
instruments.
let me finish before I forget, because I do that all the time. They're not bad musicians. It's just that it's so cliche and cheesy, and it's so
formulaic.
Easy. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean,
Genius.
I don't think anybody says like, oh, they can't play their instruments. Like, that's not why they're bad. They're just bad because they suck.
Well, I think that music, like, just I think that music is just like any other art is preference. I mean, I know that there's a point at which you can play the right or wrong notes, but if, like you're saying, they can do that, then it becomes preferential, and to most people. To not most, but to out here, like our preference is for it not to be cliche, and so that's why we feel that way. But I don't think that I would ever, if somebody likes that, I wouldn't put them down because they do.
I will,
because it's like art. It's like, you see it, you do a painting, and you could be like, I don't like that painting,
but eye of the beholder.
Yes.
Are you building up to telling us that you idolize Nickelback?
No, I don't like them at all, but that doesn't mean...
Can I... not even funny, just fact, though. Their first album before they got big is actually really good. It's called The State.
Have to check it out.
I actually really like it.
Or I could not check it out.
All right. Cool.
So is it a unanimous decision, Vanilla Ice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So I guess that's about all I got. I think that was everything in chat. Ugh.
Well,
I
think that might be it.
I think that it's time for Hove Heaven.
What would you? Okay, Hove, if you could, I want an example of this. If we could just do 7 right now, where would you take it?
You can't put pressure on me like that. I need to.
Under pressure.
I don't know, man.
People on the street. Okay.
You can't do that to me. You can't.
He's already singing it.
Now I don't know what to do.
Fine. How about this?
Okay.
Next podcast, we'll give you. It'll be first one of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is the last one of 2018.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hence why we talked about. Yeah, Wilson. Okay. I love you.
Yeah, man. We're doing things. Next podcast, so that way it gives you some time to think about it.
Ooh, I got a good one. You ready? Here we go.
A good one. What?
We're going 7 minutes right now, at least.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you about this one time I got Wilson high. So, like, I was high as fuck. Am I allowed to talk about this?
Must have been really high because I don't
know
this.
if you're allowed. Is this in a state where it is legal? Then yes.
I don't have to say where it was.
Allegedly.
So we went to my buddy's dorm, and he lived in he was a frat. He was in the football frat at his college. He played football, and the way their rooms were set up, it was kind of neat. Half the room was just had a floor, and the other half had like a half second level where like the floor was like at like chest level, and underneath were their beds, and on top was like a little living room. Can you picture that? So you walk in, and in front of you, there's like a chest high floor. Okay. So the TV was up there, and keep in mind, I didn't smoke all that much anyway, and I was so high. So I'm just like leaning on this half floor watching, and I'll never forget what was on. They had on the Best of Will Ferrell, like DVD on Saturday Night, like Saturday Night Live Best of Will Ferrell.
That's a good one.
Good stuff.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I don't remember anything that was said in it. So I ended up just hallucinating. I ended up just laying, like legs on the floor, like standing, but I was just laying with my arms out. And I remember like I remember hearing what was going on, and it was Will Ferrell and blah blah blah. And apparently all I could do was like my hand was like sitting there like this, and all I was doing was moving my finger. So like one of them would be like, "Hove, like what are you doing?" And I would just like move my finger around, and somebody was like, "I think Hove's dead." And I started like moving my finger a little faster. No. Look, every time you talk to him, he starts like waving his finger around. So someone thought it'd be funny to like start poking me and shit. So I'm laying there, and all of a sudden I just started fucking like freaking out. Like I'm still not moving, but every time they would, I don't know, it was funny. You had to be there.
You had to be there.
But for like an hour, no matter what they would say to me, I was just laying there completely still. But I would like move my finger. Like if they made me mad, I moved it real fast. I was high.
You could only communicate via your finger.
Did you tap into like Morse code? You just like not know? Or
maybe maybe
that's what you were doing.
So there,
that's probably what you thought you were doing.
That's probably true. Yeah, and then I ate a whole bag of Doritos and threw up.
Hey, we're doing a oh wait, we shouldn't do that yet. We should do that afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, we should end this then. That way we can
just do it.
That's the way we can talk with chat. If you want to listen to us live, like the fun we're about to have with chat now live, you can do that at twitch.tv/Hove76.
Ooh, that's actually fun. We should do that. Like an after hours, like just talk with chat and talk nonsense after the podcast for like 10 minutes.
Isn't that what we do sometimes?
Yeah, but we just talk to ourselves a lot, I feel like.
But yeah, if you want to join us and see the ridiculous stuff we do live, Hove staring at our faces and Wilson giving us those glares.
I can't even see Wilson. It's so smoky.
Grind, baby.
We do it. Hove, what time is it where you are? Where we do this podcast? 10
p.m. Eastern Standard Time on right where you're at here if you're here live, twitch.tv/Hove76 every Thursday night. We'd love for you guys to hang out all the time. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. We do giveaways sometimes, which we're about to do here. Yeah, and you can find more about Team Resolute on Twitter at I forgot everything. At Team Resolute. I felt like a Griswold moment over me just now. Like,
Did you just get a contact eye from Wilson?
What?
These blue mics are so good that you can even get a contact, baby.
Yeah, you can find more about Team Resolute at Team Resolute on Twitter, and you can talk with us, Rezocast, at Rezocast on Twitter. We would love to hear from you and answer some questions. You know, we do this Q&A a lot of times at the In Here Community Questions. We'd love to hear from you on that if you want to hear us talk about something specifically. And this has been Lego, aka Legoli Flash. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube at Lego LE Flash. Man, I just got a nice fancy cam link, so maybe I'll be doing some streams. Hove has said I am a cam girl now.
Actually, apparently. That was Wilson that said that.
Oh, it was Wilson. Oh, my bad. I
Hove.
Associated it with you.
Dare you? What gives you the right to put that? You're right. It was me.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, be on the lookout. Lego Flash, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Hove, where can they find you?
You can find me here, twitch.tv/Hove76, and Twitter, also at Hove76. Let's talk about things. That's it, I guess. Triton. I guess, wait, is Triton like officially the Alpha Asian? He definitely shows up more.
I would vote yes.
Well, it's a good thing you don't get a vote.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That's kind of fucked up.
I know, it's messed up.
Damn.
Cool story with that. Actually, I won Asian student of the year at my high school.
What?
I'm the only one, so I actually, I'm used to winning.
I won.
It's an award.
I won Best Smile.
There's an Alpha Asian award at your high school,
and I was the only one, so I won it every year. A kid actually tried to run against me one time, but I think it was pretty proven he wasn't Asian. He was like,
Did you root him out? Did you root him out?
Like,
I heard he isn't even Asian.
There was like a different, that was like a different category. So
it's like I heard he's not even Asian.
I won 4 years in a row.
Wow.
I won Best Smile.
I think I won most likely to end up in jail.
Well, congratulations, you're not there yet.
Not yet.
You prove them wrong, man.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of time to prove them right, Lego.
They can't find you in jail, but where else can they? No, oh, wait, we haven't
Oh,
done
God.
Oh, well, continuing that real quick, because we did do our New Year's resolutions. I hope for that all people on a somewhat serious note, or maybe mostly serious note, that as we continue to use Twitter and other social media platforms and media in general to expose politicians, entertainers, peoples of authority, that hopefully everyone can continue to do that based on the body of work shown and what we're actually discussing, and not generalize someone's character based on a label, political affiliation, ethnicity, race, or sexual orientation. I feel like that's a big problem for 2018, and hopefully we can move past that a little bit more in 2019. But in terms of where you can find me probably never streaming on Twitch, never posting a video on YouTube, but I do interact a fair amount on Twitter, all under Triton, please, all being one word, please being PLZ. And how about you, Wilson?
You can find me staying the fuck out of the commitment report because I'm not trying to prove my yearbook right. But other than that, you can find me. Oh, funny story. In my local area, the mayor's son got in some big trouble.
Oh, wow.
And now, all of a sudden, he wants to do away with the commitment report in our area. You know, I wonder why. Because his son's going to be in there for, like, multiple charges, like, for the next several days. Kind of bullshit. But anyway, until then, you can find me on Twitter at Ryu Wilson. That's RYU Wilson. Hit me up. Let's talk Pokemon. Let's talk Destiny. Let's talk D&D, all the things.
All the things.
Oh, I want to add too, if you would like to play some PUBG on more, please hit me up.
Say that one more time because you went all robot-y and freezy.
You went Origato, Mr. Roboto.
They heard me on the actual recording.
Oh, so you're saying chat doesn't matter? The people who show up here and support us?
No,
Lego?
they do matter.
That's what you just said. God, you're a terrible podcast host.
This has been Rezocast episode 106. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, GG.
Bye.
GG.